as they go on their way from the grey Sea Lad, Bregawn, 14's Express, and finally Ron Barry on Little Bay. And so Swift Albany, the leaders, they face up towards the first plain fence, being followed by Sea Lad, Bregawn, 14's Express, and Little Bay, on towards the second fence before they turn into the straight. And it's Swift Albany and Phil Tuck in the lead, being followed by Bregawn, Sea Lad. Then comes 14's Express and Little Bay. And Bregawn got a little bit close to that one. And so they make the bottom turn for the first time. Swift Albany about 8 lengths clear of Bregawn and Sea Lad. Then comes 14's Express and Little Bay. And notably the 4 opponents to Swift Albany not particularly wanting to go along. And so Swift Albany left out in the lead and setting a very moderate pace as they turn into the straight for the first time and face up towards the first open ditch. Swift Albany in the lead, being followed by Bregawn and Sea Lad. Fourth over was 14's Express, then comes Ron Barry on Little Bay. As they come now towards another plain fence, Swift Albany, Bregawn ridden by Chris Pimlott. And then comes Sea Lad, the mount of Chris Grant, and they're safely over, followed by 14's Express and Little Bay. Next fence will be the last next time round. This time it's fence number 5, right in front of the stands, with Swift Albany still continuing to lead from Sea Lad, Bregawn, 14's Express and Little Bay. And all jumped that one well, but the pace still a very moderate one. In fact, just a little bit more than the hack canter, with Swift Albany in the lead, followed by Bregawn, Sea Lad, 14's Express and Little Bay. They run now towards the next, which is the water. They jump this just once. It's way towards our right. And still the same order, Swift Albany in the lead, being followed by Bregawn on the inside of Sea Lad. And then comes 14's Express and Little Bay, just a little bit slovenly Little Bay at that one, but still in contention as they go away and down the side of the course on towards the 2 fences, both plain ones, fences 7 and 8. With Swift Albany in the lead from Bregawn on the near side, Sea Lad on the far side, 14's Express and Little Bay. And all winners in the past, Bregawn having won 5, and 14's Express having won 8, and Little Bay 5. But the one at the head of affairs, Swift Albany, 2 successes behind him as he comes now in the lead towards this fence. And takes it well. And Little Bay just clouted the top of that one, and Ron Barry just letting him give plenty of rein as he touched down on landing, and still in 5th place as Swift Albany continues to lead. And he indeed touched the top of that one from Bregawn, Sea Lad, 14's Express, and then comes Little Bay. So the 5 runners now turning into the far straight, where they have 5 fences, and then it'll be 3 more in the straight, so 8 fences in all, with a mile and a quarter still to run. And Swift Albany continues to lead, and is still being followed by Bregawn, Sea Lad, 14's Express, and Little Bay. In fact, the order not changed one little bit right from the word go. And 14's Express just a little bit slow at that one in 4th place. Swift Albany continues to lead as they come now towards the next, a mile out from Bregawn, closing the gap in 2nd place. Sea Lad is 3rd. 14's Express comes next in front of Little Bay as they come now towards another plain fence. And the pace now beginning to quicken just a little bit as Bregawn takes closer order on the leader, which continues to be Swift Albany. Sea Lad in 3rd place, 14's Express, and then comes Little Bay. And still quite a little run before they come towards the 12th, the first of the 2 fences, and Swift Albany still continues to lead from Bregawn. 14's Express now goes 3rd in front of Sea Lad, and Little Bay now beginning to move up on the outside with Sea Lad once again. And 14's Express just holding his place on the inside, but Swift Albany and Sea Lad's gone there. Sea Lad is a faller, and so Bregawn is now the challenger to Swift Albany, goes right up on the outside, but Ron Barry going very sweetly there in 3rd place with Little Bay. Then comes 14's Express being pushed along by Ridley Lamb and trying to come up the shortest way round as they come now towards the 3rd last, an open ditch. And it's Swift Albany on the far side, Bregawn on the near side, a fractional lead of Bregawn as they come into this one. They touch down together. In fact, all 4 now in with a chance. And so they have 2 to go. They're running now towards the final quarter mile, 2 fences out. And it's little choose between 14's Express, Little Bay on the near side, Bregawn on the far side. Swift Albany probably the one out of it. as they come now towards the final fence. Little Bay now goes into lead with Ron Barry, but Ron Barry resorting to the stick to keep him up to his mark. But Bregawn right there with a chance on the far side. 14's Express between those two. This is the final fence. Little Bay on the near side. On the far side, Bregawn, who knocked it hard. 14's Express, and now the pressure really on with 150 yards still to go. But it's Little Bay still holding Bregawn, but Bregawn running on again on the far side. And it's Bregawn who now gets up. And so inside the last 50 yards or so, Bregawn now goes away to win it from Little Bay in second place. 14's Express over the line in third. And then comes Swift Albany, who made so much of the running until they started to head for home. But victory's gone to number 2, Bregawn, owned by Mr. M. Keneally, trained by Michael Dickinson and ridden by Chris Pimlott.